If you've not heard of Ozempic yet, then you must have been hiding in a cave for the last few years, because it's come out of nowhere and now it's being touted as the new miracle weight loss drug. What started out with just a few celebrities using it has quickly snowballed into millions of people around the world taking it to lose weight fast. And now it's taking the world by storm. 6% of all Americans have already tried it. And if the latest projections are to be believed, by 2030, over 34 million will be on it. And that's just in the United States. I've worked as a personal trainer and nutritionist for nearly 6 years now. And in that time, I've helped well over 100 clients to lose weight and transform their physique naturally. But just as important, I also put a lot of emphasis on trying to improve their relationship with food through knowledge and education. So you might think that someone like myself would be against drugs like Ozempic. But honestly, I think to fight this tidal wave would be like standing in a Cat 5 hurricane wearing sunglasses. Kind of dumb. I know a lot of people want the quick fix without the hard work. And I know that a lot of people are going to take it whether I think it's the right thing or not. And that's entirely their choice and their right. But if they're going to take it, I would rather they take it with all the facts, both the upsides and the downsides. And I would rather they take it knowing how to live a good life on it. So today I want to delve into the murky world of Ozempic. I'll explain the backstory, where it's from, what it does, and how it actually works, the benefits and the side effects, who should take it, and most importantly, at the end of the video, I'll give you my best advice if you're already taking it or thinking about taking it, so that you can maximize the results you get from it, and most important, live a healthy life without consequence. Ozempic was originally approved by the FDA way back in December of 2017, but it's actually developed by a Danish company called Novo Nordisk. And if you want a stock tip, I would definitely invest in these guys, because Ozempic, whether we like it or not, has got a one-way ticket to the moon. Ozempic is a prescription medication that's primarily used for the management of type 2 diabetes. It belongs to a class of drugs called GLP-1 receptor agonists. It mimics the GLP-1 hormone, which helps to regulate your appetite and your blood sugar levels. When blood sugar levels are high, Ozempic stimulates the pancreas to release more insulin, which is a hormone that helps to lower your blood sugar. It also reduces the amount of the opposing hormone, glucagon, which is responsible for increasing the blood sugar levels. And that's released by your liver. But Ozempic does more than that, because it also acts on the brain's appetite control center, helping to reduce hunger and increase the feeling of fullness. It's doing this by manipulating two of your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. Ghrelin dictates how hungry you feel, whereas leptin tells you how full you feel. So Ozempic is acting on and manipulating those hormones by reducing the amount of ghrelin in your bloodstream and increasing the amount of leptin. Another very clever thing that it does is it slows down the emptying of your stomach. And this is very useful because when the walls of your stomach are stretched, when your stomach is physically full, it sends signals to your brain that you are full. So this prolongs the sensation of satiety, of fullness, longer after you've eaten. And these combined effects, the improving of your blood sugar, the reduced appetite, and the delayed gastric emptying, contribute to weight loss in people who are taking Ozempic. It's very clever, and yes, it works. A little bit like Ronsil, it does exactly what it says on the tin. And I have seen it work on people I know firsthand with my own eyes. But it's important to say that Ozempic isn't for everyone. Although I'm not a huge fan of using BMI as a metric to measure the health of someone, I understand that at a population level, it has its place. And up to now, this is primarily how people have been deciding who should be taking Ozempic and who shouldn't. Specifically, Ozempic is suitable for people who have a BMI over 30. These are people who are in the obese category and are seeking weight loss under medical supervision. For these people, it completely makes sense, because right now their weight and their level of body fat is likely to be their biggest mortality risk. What I mean by that is that their body isn't able to operate efficiently, and as a result, they are going to be more susceptible to heart disease, stroke, and cancer, and other nasty stuff like that. So the priority for these people is just to get their BMI down. So who's it not suitable for? Well, honestly, right now, we don't really know. Because Ozempic has only been around for 7 years and only been in wide distribution for 3 or 4, we haven't got enough data yet to accurately quantify who it's safe for and who it's not safe. So honestly, if you're below a BMI of 30 or maybe 25, I would probably stay away from it. One thing I will say straight off the bat is that it is definitely not suitable for children. I'm not a doctor, so you can choose whether you want to listen to me or not, but in my opinion, nobody under the age of 18 should be taking it. I've heard horrific cases in the UK and the US where girls as young as 12 and 13 have been admitted into hospital after taking Ozempic. So if you're a parent watching this and you have teenagers, particularly teenage girls, then I would strongly encourage you to have a conversation with them about this, because I guarantee you they have heard of Ozempic. and the chances are one of their friends is already taking it. It might be in 2, 3, 5, 10 years that we decide Ozempic is safe for everybody. But right now, particularly if I was a parent with a 13-year-old girl, even if she was struggling with her weight and she was overweight or even obese, I would be very wary of them taking something like this. What's also becoming far more common is adults who are slightly overweight or just want to lose a few pounds before the summer holidays starting to take Ozempic. Again, your body, your choice, you're an adult, you make your own decisions. So I'd be a little bit careful here. Ozempic isn't classed as an addictive drug, but it can't even be questioned that people are getting addicted to the positive effects of it. The fact that they can lose weight without even trying, without any real knowledge or education as to what's happening inside their body, is a pretty dangerous combination, because when they come off the drug and they don't understand why it worked or how it worked, they're going to regain their appetite and they're going to regain that weight. That's going to make them feel worse about themselves, and they're probably going to wind up back on Ozempic. So even if you went into it with the most innocent and casual intentions and just wanted to lose 5 or 10 pounds in a few weeks before your summer holiday, you might come out of that experience with a newfound reliance on a drug. So as I said, you're an adult, it's your body, you make your own decisions. I just want you to be aware of all the facts. The obvious benefit of Ozempic is the weight loss that it causes. But we're not just talking a couple of pounds here or there. Because Ozempic has been reported to have such powerful effects on people's appetite, they're comfortably eating just one small meal a day without feeling hungry. So they're ending up 1,000 or even 1,500 calories below their maintenance level every single day. And as a result of that, they're losing a kilo, if not a kilo and a half a week. And as I know with my clients who are doing this naturally, that effect compounds and snowballs very quickly. As your brain, your mind, and your body start to build momentum, this stuff tends to speed up. So people can be taking Ozempic for a short time, just a couple of months, and lose 10, if not 15 kilos, which is nearly 2.5 stone. And if you want an idea of how much weight that really is, go into a gym and pick up a 15-kilo dumbbell. It's a significant amount of weight. And we have a huge weight management problem in society these days. So for a lot of people, losing 15 kg is great, not only from a health point of view, but from a mindset point of view. They're going to have more energy, more drive, and more confidence. And I am all for that. Another huge benefit of Ozempic is the positive effect it has on your blood sugar control. Because it increases your insulin secretion, it improves your insulin sensitivity, which is one of the biggest issues we see in people with type 2 diabetes. That helps them to maintain stable blood sugar levels. And because it decreases the release of glucagon, the opposing hormone to insulin, it's improving their overall glucose control. You also have something called HbA1c, which is a marker of long-term blood sugar control. And regular use of Ozempic has been proven to significantly lower that, which is a good thing. And with the primary benefit of Ozempic being that it helps people to lose such significant amounts of weight, there's a cascade of benefits that come from that, whether that's reduced cardiovascular risk, blood pressure reduction, lipid profile improvements like lowering your LDL cholesterol, and of course the stuff that I mentioned earlier, giving people more energy, more drive, more vim, more vigor, and more confidence. A less obese population is a healthier population, and a healthier population is a more productive population. People who are more productive have more drive, they have more purpose, and people who have more purpose are happier. So less obesity equals more happiness. So Ozempic, plenty of benefits, but what are the long-term costs? Well, as I said, honestly, we don't know yet. But the thing that scares me the most is that this drug is manipulating people's hormones. It's playing God on their endocrine system. And I'm not an endocrinologist, but my guess would be that if someone is taking Ozempic for a long time, the body will probably stop producing or at least down-regulate the production of these hormones, which then will mean that they will become reliant on it. A little bit like what happens to men who take testosterone or women who take estrogen. Again, TRT, HRT, both have their place, both amazing in the right hands. But there are millions of people who are taking testosterone, who are taking estrogen, and they don't need it. They're taking it without any medical supervision. The most common side effects that we're seeing from people who are taking Ozempic are gastrointestinal issues and stomach pain. Whether it's nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or constipation, all of these are pretty common, particularly in the first few weeks of them taking it. The more serious risks, which of course are less common but still prevalent, are pancreatitis, tumors on people's thyroids, and issues with their gallbladder. And one of the biggest conversations that's going on in the scientific community surrounding Ozempic at the moment is the potential potential harm that it could be doing to women's ability to have children. But you see, this is kind of the point I'm making, guys. The comparison I make is to the vegan diet. The vegan diet came out of nowhere, took the world by storm, very much like Ozempic. People who were educated on nutrition like myself were very skeptical, but millions of people got captured by this new ideology. It became cult-like. Fast forward 5 years though, and pretty much all the experts around the world have agreed unanimously that it is not a good diet to be on. My worry is we're going to find out the same with Ozempic. You have to remember that there are corporations behind these drugs who make a ton of money. Funnily enough, even in the position that I'm in with the work that I do, I want Ozempic to work. I know millions, if not billions of people struggle with their weight. And if there's a quick, easy, effortless solution, then I'm all for it. I don't want to profit off of people's misery, but I do see it as part of my role to be skeptical. And if you're talking about there being a potential risk for a young woman to not be able to have children, then taking it to lose a few pounds just before she goes on a girl's holiday, I just don't think it's worth it. So those are the main reported side effects or potential side effects of taking Ozempic. But to me, that's not even the biggest side effect. The biggest side effect to me is that Ozempic removes the struggle and the hard work that goes into losing weight naturally is what changes a person. And that change is what makes people realize that they are capable of achieving more than they ever even realized. If someone goes through the struggle and they earn that weight loss, it builds character, resilience, discipline. And these are all transferable skills. They become positive personality traits. I'm recording this on Friday, the 2nd of August, and literally, no word of a lie, last night I received an Instagram message out of the blue from a guy I don't know who told me an amazing story. Without me even realizing it, he'd been watching my YouTube channel since January. He'd absorbed all the information, he'd put it into action, and he'd lost 45 pounds in just 8 months. He sent me the photos and they are insane. But the best part, reading his message, I could feel the words, the emotion coming out of the stream. Yes, he was proud of the physical transformation, but I could tell that the thing he was most proud of was the mindset transformation. He had put his mind to something and changed who he was as a person. He had taken full and total responsibility for his health. And I'm very lucky and privileged in the position that I am in because I get to work with clients all the time, all around the world, and I see the hard work they put in, but more importantly, I see the amazing transformations, the amazing results that they get through that hard work. And it changes them forever. The confidence, the character, the discipline, the resilience that it builds within them, the positive effects that it has on other areas of their lives, whether that's their career or their relationships, is amazing to watch. And I worry that people who are taking Ozempic, yes, they're getting the physical benefit, they're losing the weight, but they're not doing the hard work. And without the hard work, you don't get these psychological benefits. If anything, it could go the other way. Undoubtedly, we are going to have a generation of people who are reliant, and we might as well say it, addicted to Ozempic. They're not addicted to the drug, but they're addicted to the effect. And where does it stop? Are we going to be going back to the world where we had size 00 models? The pendulum of sanity seems to keep swinging back and forth. We've gone from size 0 models in the 2000s to body positivity and love yourself even if you are morbidly obese in the 2020s to, well, who knows? Hopefully you feel like I presented a balanced argument for the benefits and the potential side effects. But as I said at the start of this video, I know that there are already millions of people who are already taking it or have already made their mind up that they're going to take it. And I'm not going to fight that. So if you are already taking it or you've decided you're going to take it, let me take a couple of minutes to explain how you can maximize your results and live the healthiest life possible. Because Ozempic is going to seriously suppress your appetite, we need to make sure that you are prioritizing protein. So if you follow a high protein, low carbohydrate diet, that's likely to complement the appetite-suppressing effects of Ozempic. Try to make sure that there's protein on your plate at every meal. And what I would also suggest you do is that you eat your protein first. Protein is naturally satiating. It naturally fills you up. But it also has the most health benefits of the 3 macronutrients. But we're not talking bodybuilders with bulging biceps here. Lean muscle mass is particularly important for your overall health. You want to lose weight, but you want that weight loss to come from fat, not from muscle mass. Eating a high protein diet is going to preserve that muscle. A high protein diet also ensures adequate intake of essential nutrients, which are needed for various bodily functions. Going hand in hand with your diet is your exercise. You want to make sure that you're incorporating some resistance training, lifting weights into your routine every week. From a physiological point of view, this is going to complement that high protein diet and help you to maintain that lean muscle mass. And I'll be really honest with you, from an aesthetic point of view, No one wants to just lose weight and be a bag of bones. You want to be lean, you want to be toned. Lifting weights is going to give you that aesthetic look that you want. Victoria's Secret models don't just not eat. If you look at any of their Instagram profiles, you'll see that every single one of them is going to the gym and lifting weights all the time. Thirdly, you want to make sure that you're well hydrated. People don't realize how sensitive our brains are to dehydration. But if you're just 1 to 2% dehydrated, your brain senses it and it starts to shut down non-essential processes in our body. In reality, this makes you feel lethargic. And if you're lethargic, you're going to be lazy. But worse than that, you're just not going to have any energy. You're not going to have any drive. Everything that you do is going to feel harder. And in time, that effect is going to compound and it's going to have a serious negative effect on your mood. And I've done other videos all about water and the 5 ways that it can help you lose weight and body fat. So I'm not going to go into it in detail here. But one of the other big things that it can do is boost your metabolism, particularly if you're drinking cold water. And this is because it activates a process called thermogenesis, which is where your body actually has to heat up that water, which requires energy, and that energy comes from calories. So you actually burn more calories by drinking cold water. But if you want another aesthetic benefit of drinking lots of water, because I expect 90% of the people watching this video are going to be women, then you can save your money, your hundreds, thousands of dollars on makeup and cosmetic stuff, whatever it is that you buy, and drink a lot of water, because drinking lots of water is fantastic for your skin. I mean, I'm not being funny and I'm certainly not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm kind of the poster boy for drinking a lot of water. I'm 36 years old and there is not a blemish on my skin. There is undoubtedly a use case for Ozempic, and there's a lot of people all over the world who would hugely benefit from taking it. But above that, what I think more people would benefit from is better education on their diet and support with improving their relationship with their food. So if you want to know how much you should be eating to reach your goal naturally, then I've actually built a calculator from scratch that you can use for free. It's going to calculate your personalized recommended calorie and protein intake to reach your goal, whatever it is. But more importantly than that, it's going to give you the peace of mind that you're eating the right amount to reach your goal. And when you use the calculator, not only am I going to send you your personalized results, but I'm also going to explain all the numbers and give you a whistle-stop education on the essentials that you need to know about your nutrition and your diet. So if you want to give that a go, you can click the first link in the description of this video. But if you're just here for the content, then I appreciate you all the same. I hope you've enjoyed the video, but more importantly, I really hope you found it useful. And if you have, I would really appreciate it if you could show your support by smashing the thumbs up button to like the video, drop a comment, let me know what your thoughts were on this and what your thoughts are on Ozempic. And of course, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my next video. And until then, bye.